Yes guys, welcome back to the Up the Guts channel. Now, I've got something different here for you today. If you've been listening to the podcast, you've seen I've been teasing that I've got a special video coming up with a special guest, and today is the day when we're doing it. We're down here at Mordialloc. We're training with mates down here, and who's the special guest? Guess we'll have to go and see. Come along. How's it going, bro? Also, we've had you on a couple of times, Coxy, on the pod. Down for first time down here in one of your group sessions. I saw you had Cam McClure on. You went through about, was it two to 3 week cycle?
6 weeks the boys are in.
Yeah, 6
long
weeks.
Time.
So what type of stuff were you focusing on? Obviously with Cam, obviously a big Victorian fast bowler. What type of stuff are you focusing on with him?
100%. So we have 3 sessions per week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday in here. First thing we're working on is like lower body strength and power, number one. So fast bowls obviously need to be really, really explosive, and increasing his speed and his ball speed without having cricket like being played. Great opportunity to really target his strength and power in this block.
Yep. And what type of stuff would we focus on in here today? What have you got sorted here for me?
For you, we're going to do a combination of everything. We're going to start with some power stuff.
Yep.
Move into some strength work.
Yep.
And then finish off with some accessory stuff around the core and all that sort of stuff as well.
No worries, because obviously I'm normally just gym like weights, so I have a really mixed bag. So I'm sure it'll be a bit of a shock, a bit of a surprise to me doing some different things here.
I'm sure the first time we do plyometrics and I usually pull up pretty sore, so I reckon tomorrow could be a little bit stiff and sore.
Yeah, luckily tomorrow all it is just commentary tomorrow, so hopefully I'll be right. I can just sit there sore, but I'll be sitting there just calling some footy, which is living the dream there.
Okay, make a couple of get sausage roll on here and a Gatorade and away you go.
Yeah, exactly. I reckon we'll get into it.
Awesome, mate. Sounds great. Play like 3 or 4 games like from next week, so I'm not going to bother.
How we are cruising, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hips on hips, walking lunge, it's all the way down the end.
All the way down the end? No worries.
Yeah.
Knee to ground? Or?
Yeah, go near the ground. Good. Now what I'll get you to do is you can come over to here, hold on to the wall for a bit of support.
Yep.
And then one goes back.
Okay.
And then one comes back to the start.
Like that?
Yep. First block we're going to do is our power block. We're going to do 3 exercises. One for our upper body power. Yep. One for like your elasticity, so like your bounce to your ankles. Yep. And then one for like your raw, like explosiveness for your lower body. Yep. So we're going to start with our med ball throws for our overhead power for our upper body. Really specific to fast bowling. Like obviously our arm coming down, you want to be able to produce force really fast.
Because I bowl thunderbolts, don't I?
Yes, mate. I'm actually one of your victims, aren't I?
Yeah.
Blew me front pad off a couple of years ago. This is why Trent bowls left arm smoke. Fastest left arm bowler to come out of West Gippsland. Here we go. So you're gonna go overhead throw here. Yep. Feet are hip width apart. Up and then bang.
Straight down.
Yep. Really important to slam this as hard as you possibly can. Yep. You've got 5 reps. Love it, mate. Awesome. Yep. Great stuff. I'm
gonna be cooked after this, aren't I? I'm going to be cooked.
Exercise number 2, now working on that elasticity and that bounce through your ankles. So these are pogo hops. Yep. I want you to land with these ball of your feet. Try and be really fast off the ground, okay? You've got 10 hops. Yep. Just slightly moving forward. So it will look like this. Nice and fast. Perfect. Awesome, and then from there we'll rest a couple of minutes. Yep. So we can keep bringing the intensity. That's the key. What people get wrong with the power stuff is they would like zip through it, but what you need to be able to do is rest enough so you can your energy systems can recover. Yep. So you can keep those outputs nice and high. But
I was like, let's try and do. I ran it by everyone too, but I was like, let's try and do the pre-game interview, but let's actually post it pre-game. Yeah. So then you get the feeling like we're posting it like a half an hour before the game, so it's actually. Because a lot of the times I'll get interviews, but then they'll post like a day or so later. I'm just like, you want it to be like it's there in the moment. Yep. Type of thing. So I'm doing that, and then I really enjoy it. So group of 3, team of 3 of us down there, just calling, and I've added in doing local. I don't know if you've seen local food reviews. So I'm going around to all the canteens, picking out some of their foods, and that's getting a bit of traction. Yeah, love it. So had a 100K view month last month. That's elite. Yeah. Love it. That's so good. Get up nice and tall. Nice and long in the arms, and then get a big squeeze here with your shoulder blades. Perfect, and then nice and controlled. Give us 10 of the best reps.
Love it. Great stuff. Smashing it. Done our main strength block now, so we've gone an upper body push and pull, a lower body hinge and a lower body squat. Now it's time going a little bit of accessory stuff. So this is where we like to do stuff to target places that might get injured or have been injured previously, and maybe just get the muscles that we haven't quite ticked off yet.
Yeah, being cricket and bowling, it'd be more your back, your shoulders, that type of that rotator cuff.
100%. So we look at like shoulders, core, hips, and like the ankle and calf.
Yep.
Are really our main ones there. So typically I'll probably do 2 on a Monday, 2 on a Wednesday. So we're ticking off all 4 of those joints pretty much.
If I got it right, you had, when you were younger, a bit of lower back problems as well, right?
Yeah,
how did you, what type of stuff were you doing to rehab that? And was that just through overworking it?
Yeah, 100%. I think I had a lumbar stress reaction back when I was 16, I think it was.
Yeah, I was 16, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that comes from obviously it's an overuse injury. So footy into cricket, into a big spike in workload, because I got that out of an under-17s national championship. So I played 8 games in 11 days. So obviously a lot of bowling, quite a high workload, especially that was my round 1 because I was in September school holidays. So coming out of that, from there, you've got to rest pretty much to let the bone recover. Then from there, that was sort of my journey on how I sort of first started into the gym properly. So first thing was getting that core really, really strong and getting really strong from my lower body. And
was it just research mainly by yourself, or did you?
No, I crew Victoria, who did my S&C. So I was going into like the MCG and all that sort of stuff, doing my rehab, which is pretty sick and pretty cool.
Not a place to do it.
100%.
Yes, I'm doing rehab, but I'm doing it at the MCG.
Let's get ourselves up over here. We'll do a little bit of core work. So obviously cricket's a pretty rotational based sport, so training rotation is absolutely crucial. And batters and bowlers should be doing this. So we're going to start here. Nice strong base. Long arms. And from here, we're going to rotate all the way around. Nice and slow. Good. Love it, mate. Perfect.
You can definitely feel that.
Yeah, 100% you can. Absolutely. And obviously, core is really important, as you mentioned before, the shoulders. Now we'll go on to a shoulder exercise. So we'll steal this bench here. I like to sort of view shoulder injuries and shoulder pain. That is, go beyond the rotator cuff. I think it's like the most standard thing you do, right? Someone gets injured and the physio just goes, bit of band rotator cuff stuff, which is like, it's great as a starting point. Like, let's say you've had shoulder surgery. It's a nice introduction back into loading up the shoulder.
There's only so much you can do.
But it just gets to a point where you're not really doing too much. You can move past that a little bit more. So training the shoulder in a variety of ways, like doing our pressing and our rowing, that is training the shoulder. But then also we can do some stuff where a bit more velocity and speed-based stuff here, and exercise that we're going to do now as well, which is really, really nice. This is called a Y raise. And then control back down. And control back down. We're going to look at about 12 reps of this one here.
12 reps, yep.
Perfect. Nice. Perfect. Awesome, mate. Love your work. All right. Trying to find some space.
It's getting tight. It's definitely getting tight. It's definitely different what I do. Normally it's just full on weights, strength. But this is a bit of everything. You're using like full body stretching. You're definitely feeling different parts working. Alrighty, so in our last exercise of the day, we're going to work on our calf. Something that's really, really important. Every time we hit the ground, we're using our calves quite a lot. When we stronger calves, you can run longer, run harder, run faster for longer. And also, fastballs get a lot of ankle impingement injuries too. So it's really important to develop really strong ankles. Do you reckon that's from the landing when they're bowling? That's because some bowlers land like that. You see a lot of bowlers slip over. They can't keep up, right?
And that ankle impingement definitely comes like when you're landing in here. It really shortens that joint up in there and can get quite irritated. So yeah, obviously the stronger calf and ankle you have to absorb that load instead of that joint getting inflamed, the better. Heel down and then heel up to the roof. Control your heel down, then heel up to the roof. I'm going to get you to go for 8 reps. So
12.
Yeah, you can do 12 of these.
Whoop. cut that.
Keep that in. Perfect, mate. And that is a complete session for a fast bowler. What are your thoughts?
Definitely different because you're training everything all at once. As you saw when I slipped there, but how important, you can be as strong as you want, but flexibility, mobility, like I'm unco.
Yeah.
I can't really stay straight. How important is that?
Oh, like, I think you're spot on. Like, talk about coordination.
Yeah.
Like, the best fast bowlers in the world aren't the strongest, most powerful athletes in the world, but what they are, though, they're the most coordinated. They're the ones who get in the best rhythm, and they have the right timing in their action. So that's the foundation of everything. Is about getting everything sequencing together the right way.
Yep.
Obviously, being strong and powerful and explosive is crucial and definitely a part of that, but you've got to have the right, as I said, timing, rhythm, flow, coordination to be able to execute your skills under pressure.
Yeah, obviously we smashed that out. How can people get in touch with you if they want to do a session like this? It's not easy, but how can people get in touch?
100%. Well, High Performance Cricket on Instagram is the way to go, or Jason Cox on YouTube as well. So if you go through the channels through there, you'll be able to find a way to work with me if you're interested.
Well, Coxy, I'm absolutely cooked, but thanks for your time.
Legend trainer. Thanks, mate.